When we think of Aphrodite, or Venus as the Romans called her, we think of sublime beauty, romantic love, and irresistible desire. We picture Renaissance paintings of a gorgeous woman gracefully stepping out of a seashell onto a pristine beach. It is one of the most enduring images in all of human history. But the true story of her birth, according to the most ancient Greek texts, is far from a peaceful fairy tale. It is a story of cosmic violence, family betrayal, and a brutal act that changed the hierarchy of the gods forever. How does the goddess of pure love spring from an act of pure hatred? Why is she called the foam-born? Today, we are diving deep into Hesiod's Theogony to uncover the dark, turbulent origins of the Olympian's most captivating goddess. Welcome back to Legends and Lore. To understand Aphrodite's birth, we cannot start with the sea. We have to start before the Olympian gods, Zeus, Hera, and Poseidon, even existed. We have to go back to the primordial deities. In the beginning of Greek myth, there was Gaia, the earth, and Uranus, the sky. They were the ultimate power couple, literal forces of nature. Together, they produced massive, powerful children, the Titans, the one-eyed Cyclopes, and the hundred-handed Hecatonchires. But Uranus was a cruel father. He hated his monstrous children. As soon as they were born, he pushed them back into the earth, hiding them away in a dark place called Tartarus, deep within Gaia herself. Gaia was in agony. She was furious at Uranus for imprisoning their children within her own body. She decided it was time for a rebellion. Gaia created a new material, grey flint, and formed a massive, jagged sickle. She went to her Titan children and begged them to help her overthrow their tyrannical father. Most were too terrified to move, but one stepped forward, Cronus, the wily, ambitious youngest Titan. He took the jagged sickle from his mother and lay in wait for the nightly arrival of Uranus, the sky. As evening fell, Uranus came down to wrap himself around Earth, longing for Gaia. This was the moment Cronus was waiting for. He burst from his hiding place, grabbed his father with his left hand, and with his right, swung the massive flint sickle. In a single, brutal stroke, Cronus castrated his own father. He then took the severed parts and hurled them over his shoulder into the turbulent sea below. This is where the magic begins. The ancient poet Hesiod tells us that for a long time, these severed parts drifted across the open ocean. But they didn't just sink. As the divine remnants of the sky god mixed with the salt water of the sea, a strange chemical reaction occurred. The water began to churn violently. A thick, white, mystical foam began to gather around the immortal flesh. The Greek word for foam is aphros. Within this churning aphros, a figure began to coalesce. It grew and shaped itself, taking on the form of a young woman of unimaginable perfection. She was not born as an infant, like other gods or mortals. She emerged fully grown, fully formed, and fully aware of her power. She was the Aphrodite, the foam-born goddess. It is a stunning paradox. The goddess of beauty and reproductive love was created through an act that violently ended the reproductive power of the Sky Father. Now fully formed, this new goddess needed land. She was first approached by Zephyrus, the gentle west wind. Recognizing her divinity, he blew her softly across the waves. She stepped onto a giant scallop shell, using it as her divine vessel. According to the myths, she drifted first past the island of Cythera. But it was the island of Cyprus that became her true home. As her shell made landfall on the sandy beaches of Paphos in Cyprus, she was met by the Horai, the goddesses of the seasons. They were stunned by her radiance. They immediately clothed her in immortal robes, adorned her with golden jewelry, and placed a golden crown upon her head. Where her feet touched the dry sand, grass and flowers instantly bloomed beneath her steps. She was no longer just a product of the sea. She was now a queen, ready for Olympus. The Horai then escorted her to the home of the gods, where even the immortals were struck dumb by her presence. Every male god instantly wanted her as his wife. Before we conclude, it is important to note that mythology is rarely singular. While Hesiod's dramatic sea foam version is the most famous, the poet Homer provides a different account in the Iliad. In Homer's version, Aphrodite has a much more conventional birth. She is simply the daughter of Zeus and Dione, an older Titaness. This version makes her a subordinate generation to Zeus, rather than an older, primal force born of Uranus's blood. However, it is the Hesiodic version, the violent birth from the sea, that captured the imagination of artists and poets for millennia. It gave her a raw, elemental power that a simple birth on Olympus never could. Why does this violent birth story endure? Perhaps because it perfectly encapsulates the nature of what Aphrodite represents. Love and desire are not always gentle or safe. They can be turbulent, overwhelming, and yes, sometimes destructive forces that upend the established order. Just as her birth dismantled the reign of Uranus and ushered in the age of Cronus, the arrival of love changes everything. This myth gave rise to one of the most famous paintings in the world, Sandro Botticelli's The Birth of Venus, painted in the 1480s. While he leaves out the violence of Cronus, he captures the ethereal arrival of the goddess on her shell, forever cementing the foam-born imagery in our cultural consciousness. From the severed legacy of the sky god, mixed with the churning sea, came the most beautiful force in the universe. Aphrodite is a reminder that beauty can arise from chaos, and that love is a primordial, uncontrollable power. What is your favorite myth involving Aphrodite? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Greek mythology, please hit the like button and subscribe for more epic origin stories of the gods. Until next time, thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video.